Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Stories of the Classical Masters. Short stories about the artists who changed the world of painting. I'm Shavit, and in today's episode we will talk about one of the artists of the Baroque period. I decided to talk about her because not many people talk about the women who painted in the Renaissance and Baroque periods. And of course, there is a lot to talk and tell about them because their works were very important and amazing and did not receive the appropriate exposure of the period. Today we will talk about Michaelina Wautier. Please remember to subscribe so you can enjoy the next episodes as well. Michaelina Wautier was born in 1604 and died in 1689 at the age of 85. She was born in the city of Mons in Belgium and was the only child in a family of 9. Her professional career began only at the age of 39. Michaelina was known as an artist who dealt with a wide range of topics in her works. This was considered very strange at the time, because the women who painted at that time were limited to painting small paintings of portraits and still life. Michaelina never got married and dealt with real estate business together with her brother Charles, who was also a painter himself. They both shared a studio together. She painted topics of history, religion, and mythology. Her works also included a series of portraits. Her first self-painted portrait was painted in 1649, and to this day it is considered her most famous. Her knowledge of anatomy was very developed, and she used it without shame, which led to the fact that she was among the first female painters of her time to paint a naked man. Unlike most painters of the time, Michaelina earned recognition in her lifetime. After her death, her work simply disappeared and was forgotten from the world of art. One of the explanations for this is the fact that a long time passed between her last work, which was completed in 1659, and her death in 1689, a period of time in which she did not paint. One of her interesting series was a series of portraits depicting the 5 senses, and was exhibited in various museums in recent years. Some of the paintings in this series have been lost and have not been found to this day. In this series, she used a different young boy in each painting, where in each painting a daily routine in life showed the senses of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. It is interesting to see the technique of her work, the relatively coarse brushwork, and the simplicity of her palette of colors. In her self-portrait, she dressed herself in formal clothes, aristocratic, and appears as a professional artist next to the canvas and her palette of colors. This combination, together with her special brushwork, makes this self-portrait an amazing and special piece of art, especially in light of the fact that she is a woman in a period in which women's rights were limited, with many restrictions. Unfortunately, there is not enough knowledge about this artist and her life, but I thought it was important to talk about the female masters of the period, and to emphasize that despite the limitations imposed on them in that period, they still managed to create, and their works will remain for the rest of times and for the development of the world of the art of painting. In their own way, these works also contributed to the development of equality between the worlds of men and women, and for this we are thankful. I hope you enjoyed and that you all have a wonderful day. Thank you and see you in the next episode.